Alrighty, so we're back. Um, we're talking about variables. Um, so I just want you to take this at face value. I'm not going to explain it too deeply, but I just want you to understand. How do we put words and numbers in a variable? The way we put words and numbers in a variable is like this. Here's one example. Here we're putting the number 2 inside into a variable we named x. So here's the variable, and here's the number. This one here we are putting the word into the variable we called message. So the word here we're putting the word hello into the variable we called message. Right. So I won't get into it too much. Hopefully it's self-explanatory though, but yeah. So which of these is the correct way to put a number into a variable named x? Okay, so let's so A looks about right. There's nothing wrong with it. So let's see what's wrong with the other three. So x equals 3v1. So v is not a number. So this won't work. This yeah. 0 is not a number, and 20, these are not numbers. 1 is a number, but these are not numbers. So that's A. Which of these is the correct way to put a number into a variable named Wendigo? Which of these is a correct way to put a word into a variable named Wendigo? Sorry, that's a mistake. Should be word. So Wendigo equals hello. So there's only one apostrophe. I don't see the second one. So this will cause a problem. The computer won't know what to do. Will freak out, and the program won't work. Wendigo equals hello. There's no apostrophes, so this doesn't work. Same thing for this one. There's no apostrophes, but this one it's got apostrophes around the hello and the exclamation mark, so this one will work. So in this situation, we're putting the word hello with an exclamation mark inside the variable we've called Wendigo. And remember, variables are just boxes. We put things inside. They're boxes that we put words and numbers inside. So in this situation, we're putting the word inside the variable called Wendigo. So yeah, it's D. So when you see this, box equals something, all that's really happening is we're putting the thing on the right into the variable on the left. I'll repeat that again. Whatever is on the right-hand side, it's put inside the thing on the left-hand side. And the thing, yeah. Cool. So let's start making our first program. So the first proper instruction we're going to learn is how to get a computer to display something on the screen. In programming, there are certain instructions we have that are special. We call them functions. So you remember the peanut butter and jelly instructions? Imagine instead of having to tell the computer every single little instruction, you could just type one thing and the computer would know how to make that sandwich. So instead of saying, put 2 pieces of bread on a plate, spread jelly on one slice of bread and spread peanut butter on the other slice, put them together and then eat them. So instead of doing all those 5 instructions, all you had to do was type one thing and the computer would know how to do all 5 instructions. That's kind of what a function does. That's basically what a function does. In one instruction, you can get the computer to do multiple instructions. Yeah. So remember in Replit, the white box is where you give the computer instructions, and the black box is where the computer carries out your instructions. So let's see what happens. So the first function I want you to learn is printing. So printing is where the computer takes words that you give it and displays them. The way you write the print function is like this. Whatever you put in the brackets, these are brackets, whatever you put in the brackets, the computer will make it appear on the screen. So why don't we do this? Here's your first program. Print, and then you see inside these brackets we've got words. Because they're surrounded by apostrophes, the computer will know these are words. So type it in the white box and press run, see what happens. So, okay. So go on Replit, and I want you to follow me. So print is the function we're using, and then inside the brackets we're gonna write hello world. So you see the one. So remember that this is a program. Whatever you put inside here is a program. It's a set of instructions, and in this case, it's just a one instruction inside the program. This is just one instruction. Press run, and we'll get hello world. So pause the video if you need to in order to do this for yourself, and then after you're done, we'll continue on. All right. So I'm gonna assume you've done that. All right. So if you did it right, you should see this happen. I put an exclamation mark, but it's not that big of a difference. It's just I just put an exclamation mark here, but either way, hello world. So you see this black box. What I meant is this here. This is what I was referring to. That's where this picture is coming from. It's the black box. Remember, this is where you give the computer instructions, and this is where the computer actually does them. This is where you give the computer instructions, and this is where the computer actually follows your instructions. Yeah. So it's what it's done is it's taken the words inside the brackets of the function print, and it's displayed it. So whatever is inside these brackets, the computer displays it. And what I mean by display is it appears inside the black box, because this is where the computer follows your instructions, if that makes sense. So here's what you wrote in the function, hello world. What does this look like? Yes, these are words. Because they've got apostrophes around them. You have given the computer words inside the function print, and the computer took those words and displayed them. Yep, just like what I just said. So this is a reminder, excuse me. This is a reminder, when you give computers instructions, we give them from top to bottom, one by one. So the first instruction, you start with this, then you do this, then this, then this, then you finish with this. Okay, so now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. So whatever you put inside a variable isn't permanent. And what does that mean? So let's look at these instructions. So message equals hey there dude. This is so what's happening is we're taking the words hey there dude, we're putting it inside the variable message. And then here we're taking the words tacos are pretty good and we're putting it inside the variable message. Excuse me. And then in the third instruction, we're taking the word goodbye and we're putting inside the variable message. So what actually happens here? If we do this, what happens? Well, when the computer runs these instructions, it runs them from top to bottom one by one. So we start at the top. So in the first instruction, we put the words "Hey there, dude" inside the variable message. So these words go inside the variable message. And then in the second instruction, we put the words "Tacos are pretty good" inside the variable message. At this point, the words "Tacos are pretty good" replace the words "Hey there, dude" inside the variable message. So "Hey there, dude" no longer exists. What does that mean? So basically what happens is, excuse me, in the first instruction, the words "Hey there, dude" is put inside the variable message. But in the second one, "Tacos are pretty good" is put inside the variable message. And when that happens, the variable forgets what it had inside it before and puts "Tacos are pretty good" inside. So nothing is permanent. If you, yeah, if that makes sense. And in the final instruction, the words "tacos are pretty good" are replaced with the word "goodbye." So after all of these instructions, all we have is a variable which has the word "goodbye" inside it. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, ask me in class, because this is really important. I'll run through it again. The word in the first instruction, the words "Hey there, dude" are put inside the message. And then in the second instruction, it forgets hey there dude and puts tacos are pretty good inside the message. And then in the third instruction, it forgets tacos are pretty good and puts the word goodbye inside the message. So every time you have you put something inside a variable, it forgets what was inside it before and puts in the new thing. I'll repeat that again. Every time you put something inside a variable, it forgets whatever was inside it beforehand and puts inside it the new thing. Whether it is a word or a number, doesn't matter. So again, computers are dumb. One more time. Before you run the program, the computer doesn't actually know anything. In this program, it only learns that the variable message should have the words, hey there dude, after it reads the first instruction. In the second instruction, it forgets hey there dude and learns that the variable should have the words, tacos are pretty good in it. In the final instruction, it forgets that that message has the words tacos are pretty good in it and learns that it should have the word goodbye in it. But after the third instruction, there are no more instructions anymore. When there are no more instructions, the computer stops running the program. And when the computer stops running the program, it forgets everything it did in the program. The variable message no longer exists anymore until you run the program again. I kind of want to show you, and I'll draw it so that it's kind of clear to you. Excuse me about the nose, it's just running like crazy, but I just want to show you through illustration what's going on. So why don't we take this thing? We're gonna take a picture of it. And we are going to put it inside. Where is it? There. Our drawing board. This is like paint, basically. Oops. So we'll put it here. I want to demonstrate to you what's going on here. So, in the first message, what's happening? So, let's just imagine we have a variable. This is our variable. And if we look inside that variable, we see nothing at the moment. There's nothing at the moment because we've just started, right? Okay. Actually, scratch that. In the first instruction, after the first instruction, we put the words "Hey there, dude" inside message. So if we looked inside message, right? If we looked inside message, we would see "Hey there, dude." Okay? We'd see this after the first instruction. And then we go to the second instruction. We learn that we should put tacos are pretty good, the words tacos are pretty good inside message. So when that happens, the computer is like, okay, forget hey there, dude. We no longer want hey there, dude. We want tacos are pretty good. So we put tacos are pretty good inside message. We're still at the second instruction. And now when we go to the third instruction, we learn, okay, forget tacos are pretty good. We're going to put goodbye inside. So tacos are pretty good goes. And we put goodbye inside it. So right now, we have just completed the third instruction. So the computer sees the third instruction, and it sees there is no more instructions afterwards. When there are no more instructions left, the computer stops the computer stops the program. And when the computer stops the program, it forgets everything. So this no longer exists. All right? Okay, let's start from the beginning again. I really want to make this clear. I might be like the fifth time, but I really want to make it clear to you guys. When we run the program, we press a button like so. Okay, we could put it here, but when we run a program, we press run. When we press run, the first instruction starts. So if we were to run this program here, we press run, it looks at the first instruction, it sees, hey there dude, should be put inside message, right? Okay. Hey there dude. Then in the second instruction, forget hey there dude, tacos are pretty good. It's put inside message. Whatever. Then in the third instruction, we learn tacos are pretty good sucks. We're gonna put goodbye. All right. Now we finish with the third instruction. The computer stops the program and then it forgets message, right? So before we run the program and after we run the program, the computer knows nothing. Computer knows nothing. It doesn't remember a message. It doesn't know we want it to make a variable called message. It knows nothing. Only when you run the program first, the first instruction, run the program, it learns of the variable message. Remember, after the program, it forgets everything too. So okay, let me start again. How do we say this? How do I say this? Computer knows nothing at the beginning. So when we go in dry. We have nothing. We have no variables. We have no words, no numbers. Computer remembers nothing. It does all those things. It learns that the variable message should have the word "Hey there, dude," the words "Hey there, dude" inside it. So then it does. In memory, it remembers that "Hey there, dude," blah blah blah. This thing, right? And then it changes into tacos are pretty good. Changes into goodbye. And then at the end of it, it forgets. It forgets message again, right? It only remembers message inside the program. It only remembers things inside the program, if that makes sense. Okay. I might have made it a little too complicated, but hopefully that helps. Okay. So a reminder, we can also put numbers inside variables too. So if we look at these instructions, in the first instruction, the number 2 is put inside the variable x. In the second instruction, the number 2 is completely forgotten and replaced by the number 1. And finally, in the third instruction, the number 1 is replaced by the number 3. So I don't know. So x equals, what do we have? X equals 2, x equals 1, x equals 3. So these are the instructions, right? So in the first instruction, the computer, remember at the beginning, the computer doesn't know anything. And then it learns in the first instruction, we need to put the number 2 inside the variable x. So then inside the variable x, we see 2, the number. And then in the second one, we learn that the variable x should actually have the number 1 inside it. So it forgets 2 and puts the number 1 inside x. And then in the final one, in the final instruction, we need to we learn that the number 3 should be inside x. So then it forgets 1 and then puts 3 inside. And then remember, after the program stops, because the third instruction is the final one, it forgets everything. It's lost everything. So then this is gone. So that, yeah. So, yeah. We can have more than one variable at once. So x equals 2, y equals 1, z equals 3. So these are all variables. These are all different variables. So there's one variable named x, one variable named y, one variable named z. And inside, after the first instruction, the number 2 is put inside the variable x. After the second instruction, the number 1 is put inside the variable y. And in the third instruction, the number 3 is put inside the variable z. So after all 3 instructions are completed, we have 3 variables. We have x with 2 inside it, y with 1 inside it, and z with 3 inside it. So if we were to look at this in depth, what's really happening is this. What is it? Okay, so um, computer at the beginning knows nothing, and then it starts the program. It sees the first instruction. We need to put the number 2 inside x, so the computer creates a variable named x, and then inside it you see the number 2. And then in the second instruction, it sees that we're putting the number 1 inside a variable y, so the computer creates another variable called y, and then inside it you see the number 1, right? And then in the third instruction, we learn that the computer needs to create a variable named z, and we're going to put the number 3 inside it. So the computer learns to put the number 3 inside z. But then at the end, obviously, again, when the program has stopped running, it forgets all of this. Yeah. Okay. So again, I want to remind you, computers are dumb. Again, this is a little lesson and a very important lesson I want to teach you. If you have a space, you see how this x has a space in front of it between it itself and the instruction. There's a little space here. If you have a space at the beginning of your instruction, it won't work. The computer will freak out, and the program won't work. For example, the computer here will be confused by your first instruction because there is a space before the variable name x. I know it's dumb. I get it. I can't tell you why computers act like this right now, why they're so dumb, but later on it will make more sense, right? So whatever you do, make sure that when you're making a program, oh, let's let it load for a sec. Oh my God, please, please, be quicker. Okay, you gonna load now? Okay, so what was it? You see how I put a space here? Okay, so say if there was no space and we press run, the computer's fine. It doesn't freak out. But if we put a space here, we run, it freaks out. So when you see these red words, it means there is something wrong with your program. And in this situation, we know that it's because of the space. Um, yeah, in fact, it shows you. See, x equals 2 is the problem. It's this line. But yeah, you're gonna see this a lot, and I don't want you to freak out when you see that. I'm gonna explain to you later on how to figure out how to fix your programs, what to look for in order to fix your programs. But this is an example. Is if there is a space, then there's a problem. You cannot have a space at the beginning of your instruction, or else the computer will freak out. Okay. All right. So I think I'm going to stop it there. We're going to continue next time.